welcome to another episode of Something Real. I'm Lolo.
I'm Roro.
And I'm Brandy.
And you know what? I want to take this opportunity right now to thank everybody that has been following the show, who's been actually sharing everything and enjoying what we have going on here. We're actually enjoying creating this as we go along. We're learning things from each other. We're growing in this. I mean, for the last hour, Rowena was up trying to set up sound, and you know, she had her computer rigged in here, and then we went ahead and settled for the phone. And I think this angle is so much better. Yeah. We're like getting a position in her salon, which is Studio Wish, you know, and we're like, well, I would like to feature some paintings. I just got done with my art show, and she has this awesome 3D piece behind here, but we're gonna change it out. We're gonna change it out. Just let you see some energy and some flow and some healing for me. Yeah. You know, and even from Rowena, because she actually got a little piece out there in the front right now. And I like it.
We'll have to show you.
It was the first thing I walked into when I saw.
So I was like blinders on.
She was late. I'm back here being the nerd. I need like a shirt that has like the pocket protector and the glasses
with the tape.
I have to do something real quick.
Uh-oh. She's disappearing. Where did she go? All right, so while she's gone, we'll sit here and drink.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers.
Because
that's going on my head, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh my God,
I love surprises.
And now she's a
Dun,
bride.
dun, dun.
She's going to be a bride
Baby,
for
put
the
a ring
show.
on it.
Congratulations.
Oh, wait. Look.
Even after our sex talk, he's put a ring on it. You go, Mike. You are the man, honey. Cheers to you, honey.
Cheers.
We're so happy for you. You deserve it, and you've worked really hard, honey.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
You're an amazing mom. You're going to be an amazing wife. You're an amazing partner. You're an amazing best friend.
See why I come
All
here?
that. See?
I leave and my head won't fit out the door.
Yes, I love it. Isn't that thing cute?
It's adorable.
Thank you.
Totally adorable.
Should I leave it on the
For your bachelorette party?
Yes, it is. I had a tiara, and then I had my girlfriend Bianca bring me that headband. So
that's awesome.
Now I'm passing it on to
Thank you.
So enjoy it.
Love it.
Do you want to keep it on for the show?
I can.
Yeah.
You want to? It's up to you.
It actually looks really pretty.
Yeah.
Now, Mike gets a little visual now.
I know, right?
Oh, but wait, the hair would be up a little bit.
Yes.
With some tendrils down.
She's already saying yes, honey.
It's
I'm
a
doing your
destination
hair.
Wheels are turning.
Rowena's coming to do the hair for sure, and you're coming to do my makeup.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Awesome.
I really want to talk about this subject because I really would love to get, we're all in relationships. Mm-hmm. We're all married. You're getting ready to get married now. Mm-hmm. And there's this issue with women and money and being honest about the money that we spend.
Right.
With the husbands. And I
we
really want
to hide it for some reason.
Huh?
We feel like women out there feel like they have to hide it for some reason. That's crazy.
I know, but why? What do you think? I mean, me and you see this in our business because we're in the beauty business, and we get people that come to us, but then they want to, they charge credit cards, and then they say, I don't need the receipt, throw that out, or you said something.
What I see happening a lot of times is you'll have somebody that comes in, they get their highlights done, they get their haircut done, they get a gloss, they get a manicure, they get their makeup done, they get all this services done, and they get to the front desk and they're like, okay, I need to split this up on 2 different cards, or I need to put some of it in cash, or I need to write a check and then do a credit card and then do cash, and they need to split it up.
Wow.
And we have had some women that have said, well, I can't let my husband know how much I pay for my hair. And I honestly think it is that they don't understand the value behind it sometimes, and they don't see that you wear your hair every single day. You wear your face, your skin every single day. It's not something you take off and you put in a closet and then pull it out seasonally, you know, when the seasons change. Or, but yet a woman can go and buy a $300 purse or a $400 purse, and that's okay because they're just going to pull it out. But when it's something that's maintenance to make sure that when you look in the mirror, you feel good about yourself from the inside out, it's a huge investment to make sure that you feel good. And I think the men miss that piece because most men get a haircut, they sit down for 10, 15 minutes,
$20 haircut.
Depending on where they go. It's different here because we do a steam towel, scalp massage, we pamper them. But if they're going someplace quickie to get their hair done, they don't understand when it's an investment.
Well, I'm going to share something real quick. So my previous marriage was with a very controlling man who had me on an allowance, and I wasn't allowed to spend over the allowance. And so I had an allowance, I think it was like $300 a month for groceries and diapers and everything, cleaning supplies, everything. And there was a time where I remember being in a store and he was deployed and I went over by like 20 bucks and my phone was ringing before I was out of the parking lot. And I got yelled at. And I used to go to Walmart. We lived near the base and I would shop at the commissary because it was cheaper and I had to fit within my budget. But every other grocery trip, I would go to Walmart because I could put makeup and clothes in my purchase, and he wouldn't know that I was spending the money on myself.
Wow.
So, you know, fast forward, however many years ago that was. I've been divorced for almost 9 years. So fast forward 10 plus years, and you know, now I'm in a relationship with a man who we both, you know, have business things we do independently, and we both have business things together. But all of the money that we earn goes into my checking account, and I pay the bills, and I give him and I spending money. So it's amazing how much, like, I look at the woman I am now, and I look back to like telling that story to you guys, and I look back and I'm like, what was I
think
thinking?
subconsciously you wanted to have that, you wanted to be able to have that trust and that control over. If you can budget everything, maybe you thought you could be a better budgeter.
Right.
You could be somebody more fair.
Right.
Well,
and that's what it was.
A big missing piece is respect too.
Well, and that's
Amen
that. I
to
guess
that.
that's my point. Is
True.
that women, like I knew it was wrong, and I hated what I was in, but I didn't do anything about it. And
But it was wrong because he said it was wrong,
Right.
not necessarily that it was wrong.
Well, no, I'm saying his behavior was wrong towards me.
Absolutely.
I'm not an employee or a child, and you're supposed to be a team. And I feel like so many women get stuck into that kind of situation in a relationship where they're spreading things out on credit cards, and they're hiding their hair, you know, expenses, or hiding clothes, and it shouldn't. I'm saying to women, it shouldn't be that way.
No.
You should be a team with your partner. And I see women, I was saying this earlier, I see women in the moms groups.
I feel like they're guilty. They feel guilty for wanting those things and then needing their husbands to pay for it, or their boyfriends, or whoever, fiance, whoever they're with, when they're not the ones earning the money.
And that's the thing, like that mindset's got to go. Like before I was a stay-at-home mom, I wasn't earning any money, but I was raising our kids. So I was doing my part. I had a job. My job just didn't give me a paycheck. And so that's what women need to realize. Like, we need to remember our worth.
But your job also is being the taxi, being the bookkeeper,
being the nanny,
being the maid, being you know, I don't know, being the love maker, you know, being the nurturer, you know, there's all these roles that us as mothers, we inhabit. We wear many, many, many hats.
Yes, we do.
And I think that's what's being devalued. And you know what, I don't think when I always believed, you know, I never devalued that role. I actually enjoyed that role, even though I paid myself to be in that role. You know, I didn't have anybody really like taking care of me. Yes, I was getting child support, and you know, when I wasn't, you know, with the fathers and going through that whole process, but I was also earning my own keep, because these are things there were things in my own dreams that I wanted to attain. There were things that I wanted to do. I wanted to also be a role model to my sons. You know, and to let them know that no matter where you're at in any stage of your life, you can still make it.
Right.
You can still get there. I think there's been so many people who've given up on themselves, and then they start soul searching outward and start reaching outside of themselves for validation, for likes, for, to feel pretty, to whatever, all of these things, It's good to feel that way. It's good to feel put together. I love feeling put together all
me
the
too.
time. I
Yeah.
think it is a very powerful thing.
And I
As
love
women-
helping people feel
Right.
put together.
We are, and me too. And that's why,
Huge.
wait a minute. But
Yeah.
see, you and I got into the business because that's what we do.
Absolutely.
Because we love the fact that women are beautiful and that, we like and we just enjoy feeling pretty.
Right.
There is a power in that, but there's also a responsibility in that power. And some people obviously abuse that power because if you've got to hide, receipts and all this other stuff from your partner, that's not good either.
No.
We got to be a partnership. We
Right.
got to know what each other wants. Or didn't he know you? Didn't he know about this about you while you were dating you?
Right.
That's my other question
Well,
mark.
and I think that it
You know what I mean?
begins
Why
in the
did
beginning
why
part.
do things change?
Yeah, it begins in that beginning part when you're first making that connection with that person. I feel that in experiences with other people that I've dated in the past, and even probably in the beginning when I was dating my husband, a lot of times I think we change who we really are to try to make something work because we are fixers. We fix things, we make things right, we try to figure out the best ways to make it work.
Yeah.
And in that process, we lose a piece of who we are
Right.
in making something work that might not have been the right relationship to make work, which you have also realized in the relationship you have now. You probably have the most incredible communication that you've ever had before, where I feel like with my situation, we've had horrible communication, then we had great communication, then we had horrible communication
Right.
again, now we're back in good communication. And
That's
financial
important.
yes,
That
and the
is so
financial
freaking-
piece of it has also been a huge struggle with us because we've had joint checking accounts, we've had separate checking accounts, then we had a joint checking account again, now we have a separate checking accounts because prior to us getting along again, we were in the process of separating everything.
Right.
So now it's like, okay, do we want to go back to a joint checking account again? So we'll wait and see on that, but you were talking about that earlier with your accounts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I love having a partner that I can just be together with, but also a lot of our stuff is separate. We have stuff together and we have some things that are separate.
Because the respect is there,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that you can.
We can,
And I
and we
think
don't
that's
have
huge.
that. We don't have, it's like, I feel like I have the best roommate, the best lover. I woke up this morning and he makes me like one of those egg burritos,
Aw.
stuff like that. It's all those little things, but it's just like, I feel like it takes the pressure off. I think that that's something that we just naturally just do, and we will grow together as, our pots continue to grow
Right.
together. And then we'll figure everything out as we go. I think a lot of people also just make all these drastic changes, and I think a
Right.
lot of people get freaked out about that.
Right.
And I can understand that too. So because these things were not talked about.
Right. Well, and it's
And you know what I
different
mean?
for-
And
it's
I
different
think
for
that's-
everyone too. Like
Right.
your situation is different than my
Right.
situation. The way that we do our finances,
Right.
which is, and you've done a little bit of both of what
yeah,
we do.
right.
And so it's like, there's no right or wrong.
I
way
think
that
this
it
is
should
really
be.
cool that we're talking about this and how this just flows just now.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
But what works for you? What works for you?
Right.
What's working for me?
Right.
What's
Right.
working for you?
yeah, when
That's
it goes
what-
back
You know
to
what I
the
think?
respect.
That, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say that. That's what's in the bottom of everything.
Right, because so many people look at love being the first most highest quality in a relationship, and love truly is important.
Right.
But if you don't have respect, then you don't have love.
Right.
You can have respect with love, but you can't have the love without the respect.
I agree
It
with
does
that.
not flow back that way.
Absolutely.
I was really happy over the weekend that you came to my art show.
Yes,
And-
beautiful.
And I really like the fact that you got to explore a little piece of, really a big piece of my world. Brandy, I know you
Girl.
just got back.
I was on a 20-hour road trip
No,
from
can I
Florida.
just say this? Okay, I don't knock you because I can't even imagine
Oh my
going
God, so
back
no.
to doing what you're
So,
doing.
and listen, so the
You
first
got-
message I left
How
you,
many kids in the car?
we only had 2,
Okay.
but we had
It's
Anya, who's
still
almost
enough.
2, who screamed.
Anya's
literally-
3
She just
kids
turned 2.
in one.
Oh yeah, Anya herself is 3 kids, and so is Kaylee. My girls are feisty. So we left Florida.
Happy
Friday
birthday,
morning.
Anya.
Happy birthday. Today's her 2nd birthday.
Happy
I love
birthday.
you. So we left Florida at like 10 a.m. on Thursday. We didn't get home till 8 a.m. on Friday. Now let me tell you, I have a girl that comes and cleans my house. She's probably gonna watch this, sorry girl. But she didn't come in the almost 2 weeks that we were gone and clean. So I came home to a dirty house and I was irate. And so not only do I have to unpack, like we were gone like 12 days. I have to unpack 12 days worth of stuff. I now have to clean my whole house. Then we had the chiropractor, there's no groceries. So by like 3 o'clock, maybe 4, I'm leaving them a voice text and I'm like, I haven't showered, I stink, I'm just now heading to the grocery store. I was a mess. We were not going anywhere. And my 11-year-old was mad at me that we couldn't go to her show, so. But yeah, I don't know how I survived.
Maybe she'll give you a private show.
Yes.
Yes.
I got there early.
I got another month at the venue, and but it's
perfect.
like.
So we can just go up there and see your
Yeah,
paintings.
you
Oh,
can.
well,
Yeah, and
let's
then
just
I'm
do that.
actually going to be replacing 3 because, you know, 1 got sold. I sold some prints that night, but then there's like 2 that are going out to different shows.
That's awesome.
So I'm pretty excited about that, including ArtPrize. This is my
Beautiful.
2nd year in ArtPrize this year. It almost seems honestly surreal
That's so cool.
that this is becoming like a big part of my life that's just opening up. I think I've held that part of my life very private for a long time.
Right.
Before I started coming out with it.
How do you sell
I think
a
I need-
personal piece without it being a print? Do you feel like you're selling a piece of you?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
I do. Even with my prints, I take pride in the pictures that I take of my work. They come out so good. I do have a good printer, and I've been using this printer, especially when I do my canvas stuff. I'm impressed more and more by my canvas stuff and how it translates onto in the printing. You can see, I like the textures, and I like seeing textures, and you can like kind of almost feel like it's the real piece,
That's awesome.
you know. But even my husband, what I wanted to bring up is that my husband supports me in so many different ways.
Right.
You know, being even you and him got
Oh
to
my
chopping
gosh.
it up.
He is
Oh my God,
amazing. I like that
these
guy.
2 could probably talk like forever.
She walked away for a little while to get a glass of wine. I'm like, oh, you're good.
No, yes, I love it. I love getting him to like open up to my friends and just talk. I mean, I don't get to see him doing that, a whole
Right.
lot sometimes. So him
And of
meeting
course,
you
we were
was-
talking business right away.
See, and that's and a man that you can
I love
do
it.
business
awesome.
with and that supports you is huge, and that's I think that's what's
he
missing.
DJs, you know, he DJs
right, I
at
did see
all
that.
of my events. So I had the, you know, support of him and one of his best friends, and they have a music production, you know, team together. So that was kind of cool, you know. Yeah, it was just, it's nice to see just myself growing organically in that
Right.
whole realm. And she saw my mom's painting.
Yeah.
Aww.
So
She met my
beautiful.
mama in spirit.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yes, and you know what? That's one of the topics that we will be discussing on this show. We did talk about discussing grief and how we can overcome that.
Yeah.
So even just getting over even a divorce.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Girl, I can share lots of
But you know
stories
what?
about
If you
life.
guys
That's
ever,
a death.
honestly,
It is.
It's a grieving
Honestly,
But I
process.
danced at that funeral.
You
I
did?
wasn't sad at that funeral.
you were sad.
I danced in the Social Security parking lot the day I changed my name back. Literally dance. If we had Facebook Live
know
back
what?
then, I would have been Facebook Live.
Honey,
Wow.
don't even get me started on my last divorce. Honey, I was
Well, we
doing the
also
2-step. I was
That's a
doing the
whole other
2-step.
topic. There's another one. we can
Yeah,
talk about.
that other topic, and you said you've got a book that you'll be able to share in regards to that
Yes.
topic
So dating
too, about
after
moving
dating
on.
after divorce. So that one's kind of a specific. Well, it was dating as a single parent. So
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe the grief one could be 2 parts. It could be the grief of moving on, and then the dating, and it was dating as a single parent. How
Totally.
you date, whether you're widowed or divorced, with your kids. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's. It's not. I mean, when Mike and I met, he had a whole gaggle of children, and I had my 2 children.
Yeah.
And so dating wasn't like, you know, when I met my ex-husband, it was just us. We could go do whatever. Now we're like juggling schedules and babysitters and this and that, and you don't get as much time for yourselves as a couple.
Yeah.
You have to figure out how to be a couple as parents first. And it's tricky. It's still tricky. Even after you're engaged and married, it's tricky.
It's good.
So we've got a lot more coming.
Yes, we
Yes.
do. And I just want to thank you, Rowena, for doing my
Beautiful.
rope braid, which is
my
fabulous.
favorite braid.
And honestly, I'm loving the fact how it's just kind of coming over. It's kind of making me feel like Pocahontas right now.
I like
don't
it.
want to take it out. I don't want to take it out. I don't want to take it out.
Well, you can keep it for the rest of the day. How's that?
Yeah.
All right.
Love you.
So we're gonna wrap it up,
Yes.
and we will see you on the
And
next
hold
episode.
on, you
wait.
rock that. You rock that veil, by the way.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You guys like it?
Yeah. I mean, like it's almost like it just felt right on your head.
I love it.
Naturally.
Totally.
Congratulations, Brandy.
Thank you.
All right. So we're gonna
All right.
wrap this episode up, and
Yes.
we will see you next Monday.
Bye.
Peace out.